like a Tasmanian devil powered by cheap liquor.
The Tasmanian devil's on the loose! Run for your life!
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want, whatever. I can't live your life for you, you know? Today we're diving into r/tales of neckbeards, but actually it's from my personal subreddit, r/ReddX reads. We hit 800 members today, which is just perfect, just a nice round number. I didn't get a push notification from Reddit about it, which I think is weird because 800 is much rounder and more lovely than 750, but I guess that's just one man's opinion, whatever. The story we're going to get into today is about 3 neckbeards. Not just a twofer, but a threefer. And I'm super excited for that. You know how I get sucked in when multiple beards are involved, and hopefully we can see them interact. I'm not sure if it's like just 3 beards that the OP met in their life, or if they were all friends at the time, because beards do seem to be friends a lot of the time. Birds of a feather and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying. So I guess the mystery will be unveiled. We will go ahead, get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some triple threat neckbeard cringe. A Tale of 3 Beards by user Roaming Rivers. Hello ReddX. I've been following your channel for a good amount of time now, and it feels good not to be alone in the department of beard survivors. It's been a few months, though now I feel that I'm finally able to share this tale from my early 20s, where I had the unfortunate circumstance to be in the presence of not just 1, not 2, but 3 neckbeards when attending college. Oh, you might be a little bit of what we call beard bait. I mean, I don't know if you're like just in a friend circle with these beards or if they're like pursuing you in a romantic way. Honestly, I hope that they're just friends, but that doesn't seem to be the way that it goes for beard tales a lot of the time. This is a long post, so feel free to divide this up into segments in your own style. And the post ain't that long, no. 8 minutes, I got it. Don't worry about it. Details are a bit rusty, so some of the details may be inaccurate here or there, given how this took place nearly a decade ago. I love how all these OPs are my age. High five. Names, locations, and dates have been kept vague in order to protect all parties involved. Now, pour yourself a drink, take a seat, and let me tell you, a tale of 3 beards. Does the drink have to be alcoholic? I don't see any trigger warnings, so I guess I'm good with just coffee. You just let me know if I need to pour some whiskey in it, though. Back when I was attending college in the early 2000s, my circle of friends, unfortunately, included 3 neckbeards amongst us. Among us. Sus. I'm glad to hear that they're just friends. And I ain't assuming nothing about genders neither, alright? Whether OP is male or female, a beard could be attracted to them. But that doesn't seem to be the case, so why am I defending myself? Anyways, I say this in the sense that each of them had certain neckbeard traits among them. Among us! Though none of them had all of the traits, per se. Their drama-inducing madness does not have a linear timeline, as they were not involved in each event, and were somewhat pleasant to be around, at least some of the time. Yeah, I believe both those things. Nobody has all the traits of a neckbeard. Like, if you have a checklist, nobody is gonna hit all of the boxes. Delusions of grandeur, sense of entitlement, those are my only requirements to call it, okay, it's a neckbeard story. Some people also throw in, you know, nerdery and facial hair, but nah, that ain't me. And yeah, they can be pleasant to be around. My best friend, Ramtide, yeah, he's a neckbeard for sure. A portly man-child, but he's one of the good ones, you know? It sounds like you got a few that go from tolerable to less than. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Also, a good note, contrary to many neckbeard stories, these beards loathed each other, going from light teasing to open hostility, destruction of property, casual threats, death threats, and even attempted murder. Holy crap. They're gonna destroy each other. My job is done. Let's all go home, folks. Early day. All of which I will relay if this story picks up traction enough for some more parts. Oh, saga. I was not expecting this. But we closed the Lavender Beard saga, so yeah, bring it. We got room. This is more of an experimental intro, where I will be describing just how beardy these three guys were, without naming too many incidents that pertain to them, just to see how this story's received, before I start putting more stories out there. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. You don't want to, put in all these work writing stories and then they never get narrated or something like that, right? So now, let me introduce you to this pack of beards. During a portion of these events, all lived in the same dorm suite together. Oh my god, nesting together? This is unheard of. I'm gonna have to make a note of that. First on the list is Judgy Beard, a scrawny guy of about 20 with long hair, a light, neatly groomed beard, crooked teeth, and a constant resting bitch face. He didn't smell bad, as he showered at least once a day, and his teeth were clean, albeit crooked, though he did use insane amounts of gel in his hair, to the point that if he fell asleep against a hard surface, his hair would literally bend at odd angles. It wasn't his hair being messy, like the entirety of the hair would actually bend. It's like, yeah, a mohawk with a curve in it or something like that. He wore the same 2 pairs of sweatpants every day and alternated between a metal band t-shirt and a t-shirt with some robot on it. Was it Voltron? I have a Voltron t-shirt. At least he cleaned his clothes on a regular basis, compared to Horsebeard, one of the other beards in this story. He was committed to lacto-vegetarian and was highly judgmental of people who ate meat. I like beef and broccoli, motherfucker. Going as far as to nag members of our social group for eating meat at meal times. See, he didn't seem so bad until we come to that, and I'm like, oh good, I would totally hate him. He also despised alcohol and all drugs, claiming people who used them were weak and pathetic. His attitudes toward meat, alcohol, and drugs often brought him into conflict with Whiskey Beard, another star of the show that I will bring up in a bit. Other than all of this, he would spend all night on his computer, engaging in cyber sex with women, or who he at least thought were women. People who spend all night on their computer are weak and pathetic. Oh wait, that's me. Shit. I can't say that. But you should have said that, OP. He also liked to brag about his insanely big cock, calling it a hindrance to a normal sex life. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the main thing holding you back there, but he claimed that though he was a virgin, he could make any woman orgasm from everything he learned from watching porn. God. Yeah, that's some top tier cringe right there. He also publicly claimed to be pro-LGBT, though often spoke in private about how much he hated lesbians because they were hypocrites for using dildos when they say that penises look like a dead fish. Like a dead fish? I've never heard that before. And how gay men can't lose their virginity. Oh, I'm dead already, dude. We haven't even gotten through the first beard. They can't lose their virginity because they don't have sex with women. He also liked to frequently complain about how women only go for assholes. And he hated various people for, some reason or another. He was a fan of Castlevania, anime, and European metal bands. On a positive note, he was a committed academic and was an excellent study partner, even helping a few of our friends to pass their exams when they otherwise would have failed. But yeah, that's enough about him. On to the other two beards. So this beard seems like he could almost be a decent human being if he weren't wearing sweatpants and two t-shirts. 2 sweatpants and 2 t-shirts all the fucking time. He just seems like a young kid who is basically terrified of anything sexual, except for cybersex, because that's safe. You can log off at any time. Let's play a game. We're going to find out which one of these beards is the worst, which one I would hate to be around the most. And you can let me know in the comments what your pick is as well. So far, Judgy Beard, while he is judgy, obviously, is not one of the worst beards that we've seen. So let's check out Whiskey Beard. An average built guy with a shaved head, a messy goatee, a near Cheshire-like grin of surprisingly neat teeth, and very poor impulse control coupled with no filters for what came out of his mouth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whiskey loosened that filter a long time ago. Was that like a drunken mouth speaks a sober mind or something like that? In essence, he was an alcoholic who dressed like a skinhead every single day of the year. Doc Martens, suspenders, wow, ratty jeans, band t-shirt, a worn-out bomber jacket was the basis for this guy's wardrobe for all seasons. Okay, so he dresses like a supremacist, but is he a supremacist? He was Judgy Beard's constant companion and seemed to enjoy tormenting Judgy Beard as well as Horsebeard on a regular basis. All right, this guy's zooming to the top of that list. You see, Whiskey Beard was the opposite of Judgy Beard in every sense of the word. He drank at least a pint of whiskey a day, smoked enough weed to be labeled one of our group's stoners, came back blind-faced drunk, sometimes sporting bruises from local rock concerts nearly every weekend, and was just not at all picky as to what he ate. McDonald's, school food, expired Chinese food, the list goes on. He would even eat expired Chinese food repeatedly, sometimes repeatedly over the course of one evening, even though he knew that it made him sick, claiming that vomiting made him know that he was alive. Yeah, he might have nice straight teeth, at least for now, but eventually all that vomiting, the bile is gonna rot away your enamel, and I can't talk about it anymore. So you can imagine he used all of this to torment Judgy Beard, though at the time he did seem to consider Judgy Beard his best friend, even though Judgy Beard expressed his desire to escape this barely functioning alcoholic. Interestingly enough, Judgy Beard was the only person who could truly control this deranged lunatic, either by fear or by a stern talking to. Though this would work for an evening, it had no overnight effect. Whiskey Beard was also highly beardy in his own rights, other than being a drunken stoner. Though he smoked weed on a regular basis, he openly despised hard drugs and expressed his desire to lynch heroin dealers. Uh-oh. You can't wear the Doc Martens and the suspenders and talk about lynching people. This is, oh God, dude. There is no salvation for this one. But he'd go on about it quite often after he was done with pipe number 1 for the day. He minimally cleaned his room, would walk around the dorm suite kitchen in his underwear, and would often invite his weed-smoking friends, as well as other unsavory characters, into our friend group, as well as back to the suite. This, of course, pissed off everyone in the suite, and led to more than a few disasters. He also had a disturbing obsession with Sin City and various horror comics, when he wasn't going to local punk rock shows and the occasional heavy metal concert. Though, when it came to partying, Whiskey Beard was at least decent enough to buy alcohol for other members of our group, as he was one of the few of us who was 21 at the time. He was on speaking terms with a few weed dealers, and he was fun to go out on the town with, sometimes. Granted, the stipulations were that everyone else was drunk, and hopefully if he didn't start ranting. He also bathed on a regular basis, and did do his laundry, cleaned his sheets, sometimes showering up to 3 times a day, which would only annoy Judgy Beard even further. However, those were his only truly redeeming qualities, as he was a perpetually chaotic entity in our lives, like a Tasmanian devil powered by cheap liquor. Yeah, this guy's definitely got some stuff going on, man. While he seems a lot more laid back and chill in some ways, you could definitely see a glimpse of what's going on behind his mind. Tell me, OP, did he ever bring any black people back to the apartment? This is just a question out of curiosity, but I'm pretty sure that this dude had some sentiments that the vast majority of society wouldn't agree with. Egregious sentiments at that, which definitely puts him at the top of the list, which is not confirmed. But the dressing and the talking about lynching heroin dealers and such, yeah, it's just a bad look. I really don't like him. More laid back, but definitely a worse beard. So, slots 1 and 2, at least in my opinion. And finally, we have Horsebeard, the final beard. A tall, lanky kid who was close to 30 at the time of the events of the suite. A kid who was close to 30? I don't think that's how it works. You can be a man-child at 30. God knows I am. But you ain't a kid at that point. He had rotten teeth, wavy blonde hair, an unwashed, patchy neckbeard, and little to no common sense. He would never brush his teeth, claiming that he didn't need to. And he used horse shampoo that made his hair look like a horse mane. And that was the only part of him that was even remotely cleaned. He had an obsession with Chuck Norris and was constantly tormented by both Judgy Beard and Whiskey Beard, the latter of the two being the guiltier of the party. Honestly, horse shampoo is good stuff. You should try out mane and tail. That's what I used to use for my hair. It's not even a weird brony or furry thing. It's just, it makes my hair look nice. What do you want? He would often wear a worn out leather jacket around campus and would say very inappropriate things, often at random. He would intentionally aggravate people and then play the victim. It was often a mix of our friend group as well as random classmates that he would find some way to piss off, and these incidents required campus security getting involved more than once. Needless to say, he was not very well liked around campus. He barely showered, never cleaned his bed sheets, and never ever did his laundry. Very bratty. Was known for causing drama within his own, albeit separate, groups of friends. He had a lot of money back home, so he would spend it on going to the same movies over and over again. Considering himself a film critic, as well as other random things like toys and shit from the mall, weekly manicures, which will be a recurring item in Horsebeard shenanigans. You know Horsebeard collects them Funko Pops. In addition to never cleaning his room, he would also buy takeout every single day. He would eat a portion of it, and then would just leave the rest out on his desk, claiming that he was saving it for later. Keep in mind, he also didn't refrigerate it, even though he had not only a mini fridge, but also a big fridge in the kitchen. All this, in addition to the pile of dirty laundry and dirty bed sheets, led to his room smelling like a combination of stale body odor and rotting seafood. Ugh. I don't like it. As you can see, each of these guys had some beard qualities amongst each other, though none of them were a complete beard. I think all of them were a complete beard, perhaps. With that, I hope that I have given you a good fix of neckbeard cringe. There was definitely some good cringe in all three of these beards. Honestly, Horsebeard seems like the least offensive of the bunch. Like, okay, he's definitely disgusting. Smells really bad, but at least he's not gonna rant at me or try and lynch me. I mean, Whiskey Beard, although I did call him the worst one, it's not 100% confirmed that he is a racist. Although all signs point to that. It's a tough call to make, because if he is a racist, then he's definitely the top of the list. And if he's not, then he falls to the bottom. Like, he almost seems pretty chill, but I don't know, man. We're gonna need more information about all of these beards. I hope it turns into a saga for real. Judgy beard, yeah, also just a complete twat, but we knew that already. I wasn't gonna like him from the second he's like, oh, you eat meat? Bleh. It's fine to have your preferences. It's fine to be a vegetarian, but don't ever try to tell me what I fucking can and can't eat. Let's get that straight right now. So yeah, I guess with the information that we have 100% confirmed, we're gonna say judgy beard, then horse beard, then whiskey beard. 1, 2, and 3. Although whiskey beard, very sus indeed. Oh man. I hope you guys let me know your thoughts, how you feel about it. I know this could go a few different ways depending on, you know, how dirty people can tolerate their house being and such like that. I'm pretty sure if Whiskey Beard is confirmed to be racist, then he shoots to the top of like everybody's list, but at this point he's not confirmed or denied. So that's how I'm gonna judge it. I'm gonna wait for a little more information. Oh man. What an absolute mess, and I quite look forward to seeing these beards interact together. I hope that you guys will like, comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy the video. That is always appreciated. Check out them links in the description. If you should please maybe share the video around, you know how it goes. All that good stuff. We've also got my social medias if you want to reach out to me. Twitter, Facebook, Discord, also my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. Patreon list is looking a little weird because it's the beginning of the month, but I shall read it as I see it. So thank you very much, Fatboy Shrimp, Robert Waits, TSM Kirby, USMC, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Delicious Jelly Donut, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Livison, Mr. Anime Manga Fan, Silent Revolver, Susan Stevens. Hey, that's a new one. Welcome to the fold, Susan. Zero MMX, Magdalene Marshall, Thornrose, Cherish Kitsune, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Ralph Stower, Satori, Babsy-kun, Caustic Fox, Disposable Waifu, Aaron Lennox, Fisher Diggy, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, Heathcliff, OG James Cook, a pimp named J Crisp, JM Kun, Jerry, John Hero, Miss Monday, Lexi Loves JoJo, Lord Lionel, Jackets Rule, Melgar the Destroyer, Murpho Baker, Mr. J, my boy Nat One Nick, Lady Nix, Origami Steve, Katie Kinson Elizabeth, Sammy Saka Iji. Hey, that's another new one. What's going on here today? Twofer. Cider Drinker, Serrated Ass, Siegfried, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tapioca Boogaloo, Tato Ferret, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, That Duck and Bug, The One True Fusky, Treeberg, Wilmax, Zero Blacktail, Redwind, Goose Says Honk, Leon Embers, Naga Viper, Saints Blessing, John Indoors, A Normal Joe, Amara, A-Roxers, Cake Jerry! That's a different Jerry! I'm sorry I didn't specify that yesterday. A lot of people got very confused. That's my bad, okay? California Keto Girl, Chris Meska. Oh, that's a third new one? What's going on? Is that accurate? Cinnamon Bunny Dog, KJW, Kajow, Crafty Kitty Cat, Little Ann Woods, Mark 211, maybe next time, Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Orgamic Cam, Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, Raptor Art, Steampunk Ellie, The Last Shinobi, and the Necrobamacon. I also expect Zuko Cervantes to come back sooner than later, but no rush on that. What a crazy, wild, wacky day. We got 3 new patrons to my eye, which is pretty cool. Thank you guys very, very much for supporting in the way that you do. It does mean the world to me. I do hope that some other people will consider signing up on the Patreon, but if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, guys. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands. But also, take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like, watch some more ReddX videos. Yeah! Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye!